Hey everybody, this is Bo Sanders, and the other day I had an amazing opportunity. I was meeting with some young women and men who were training for ministry, and their seminary class came to my church to talk about how we do ministry and my conversation with Randy Woodley, how I do like a critical theory thing and he does a post-colonial thing, and how that comes together. And as the day went on, I realized that there was a palpable sense of discouragement or fatigue. And I sense this a lot as I talk to people who participate, whether it's in the culture wars, if they watch a lot of news, or just the everyday of identity politics. And people are worn out and agitated and fatigued, and understandably so. So I wanted to give them some encouragement, and I thought that I would pass that along to you today. So what I wanted to say is be bold, be daring, be decisive, because the truth is it probably won't work anyway, right? Like, this is not a time for timidity. This is not a time for half measures and half-hearted attempts. We need to be brave and bold and determined, because the honest truth is the system, the machine, is so powerful and all-consuming, so omnipresent, that it has the ability to absorb and adapt to and even appropriate any critique and any protest. So this is no time for him hawing around, trying to move around the edges. This is a time to get in there and to subvert the as-is structures, to undermine the presuppositions that hold this thing up. Because the system, the structure, the institutions, the machine, whatever you want to call it, is so powerful. Like I said, it can absorb, adapt to, and appropriate any protest. So if you walk through the mall, which is probably the most hyper-modern thing in existence, when you walk through the mall, one of the things that fascinates me, or if you go to Walmart, you can find $4 shirts made by kids in Thailand or Cambodia that have images on them of Martin Luther King Jr., Che Guevara, Bob Marley, Madonna, the mother of Christ, or the rock star, Mother Teresa, and any manner of protest and people who have prophetically critiqued and challenged the system, and now they are icons and logos within the capitalist system. Consumerism is an all-consuming monster. So be bold, be brave. The honest truth is, it probably won't work anyway. So there's no need to hold back or to be measured. So that was my encouragement. I know that may not sound encouraging, but I hope that you can see the logic in it. I read an amazing tweet the other day. I'll put it up on the screen. And it basically said, just a reminder, the system is actually operating exactly how it has been set up. It's actually functioning really well. And for those of us who think that the sky is falling, or that this whole thing is just, a S show, the honest truth is, it's working pretty well. For what it's designed to do, it's pretty much proceeding as planned. The machine rolls over protest and critique. So that's something to think about. The other thing I wanted to mention is just the power of parable. Parables are little stories, because we have gotten so caught up in the meta of the big story or the arc of history and write these big concepts. But I just want to remind you that the power of the parable, Jesus used stories about birds and widows and coins and farmers and fields, and the parable comes in underneath your radar when your defenses are down, and it asks you to interrogate the assumptions you came in with. It subverts the as-is structures of the powers that be. that the way things are may not be the way that God wants them. And so parables are little stories that catch you off guard and ask you to reconsider the assumptions you came in with. They subvert, they undermine the structures, systems, and institutions and the as-is nature of what we have inherited. So think about little stories you can tell that catch people off guard and come in underneath their radar when their defenses are down. That's my encouragement for today. I hope that you are encouraged. Let me know your feedback. And I know it's kind of like a backhanded compliment, but I hope that you find something in there to encourage you today.